Tom and Ryan talking about Peter Pan Goes Wrong. Wow. Here we are.
Okay, do we start? When does it start?
It's already begun.
Ryan Garcia, brush his hair and it's everywhere.
6, 7, 8. We got Big Theater Kid Energy.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Big Theater Kid Energy. I'm your host, Ryan Garcia. This is the show where I go and review Los Angeles theater to prove that LA is a thriving theater town. Sometimes it's local shows, sometimes it's touring productions that could come to you. This last time, I went with Thomas Lauren Lenk.
It's me.
It's your full Christian name.
Full
And
Thomas, Melissa, Euphigenia, Lauren,
Tabitha
Middleton, Lenk.
And we went and saw Peter Pan Goes Wrong at La Mirada Theatre in La Mirada, which runs through November 23rd. I just started something last episode that I'm going to try again right now.
Yeah,
and
try.
we're just going to do word association.
Okay.
And I'll start. Scissor.
Lesbian. What?
I should have been clear. I think that's correct. Can we do word
I was
association?
supposed to say related to the show.
Yeah. But I like that you went. Hey, you played it perfect.
I didn't want to say it, but you said like.
I did mislead you.
Okay.
I misled you on purpose, I think.
Okay.
I'm a little chaos demon.
Oh, you think I'm just learning this?
Okay. So I'll start again.
Okay.
Glitter budget.
Tinkerbell.
72 years old.
Cathy Rigby.
Shakespeare.
Captain Hook.
Bits.
Nicole Parker.
Dodgers.
Win. Intermission win.
Wind beneath my wings.
Did I ever tell you you're my hero?
A perfect segment. Today I am talking to Tommy Lenk.
Again? Oh, we're introducing me again? Okay, great.
This time we're introducing you because now I'm going to talk to you about you.
Oh, before I wasn't here. It was just like, okay, and now I'm here.
Yeah. What I love about you is you've got such an eye and an ear for format. I'm over here kind of just like digging through, making messes, and you're like, hey, can we categorize? Can we put things where they belong? What's the format of this thing?
I've done a podcast before, and I'm going to tell you how they work.
Please.
Honestly, I was when you asked us to send the little video thing for your announcement, I was like, yes, full body, yes, because no one is doing this yet. So I applaud you. And also, it's something I say a lot to people, which is theater is happening all over the country. And there is and I know people they love to rag on LA theater, but there is so much good stuff to be seeing here.
That's right.
And I know this because I go see something at least once a week.
Wow.
I would say at this point. I've gone and seen a couple things with the Hollywood Theater Club, which is
I don't even know what this is.
It's like a group of like people in the entertainment biz in Hollywood. I think Jay Marcus started it. You know Jay, right?
Yeah.
It's basically an email list that goes out once a month, and they just sort of like, hey, we're gonna go see this show. There's a discount code.
Oh, great.
It's also it's a social event plus getting people out to go see theater that might not normally.
I just think there's so many people in LA that can be taking advantage of how much great theater there is for people that are locals that want to go and see it, but also people that are traveling into Los Angeles and being like, what do you do in Los Angeles? And a lot of it's like, let's go walk the Walk of Fame. Let's go get on a tour bus and see people's homes.
Isn't that the hardest thing when people are like, hey, I'm visiting LA. What should I do?
Yeah.
I always tell people, it's one of the first things I say is like, well, go see a show. Like, even if you don't know who the people are, go see something at the Lyric Hyperion or Dynasty Typewriter or, any at the Groundlings. If you like, you just want to like dip your toe into some comedy or like go see one of the proper plays that are playing.
And I think that's the great thing too, is like there are so many levels of theater out here and comedic spaces for either stand-up, improv, or legit theater. That's like you have so many options at your fingertips.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that we're dipping into it and that you agree with me, even though you don't think I should have a podcast. So Tommy,
Cancel
I would
this
say
podcast.
you're mostly well known for playing Andrew Wells in Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel, among many other films and TV shows. I, number one, love your role as the intern in Cabin in the Woods. I think you're a big
bless.
scene stealer in
Thanks.
also a movie that's like one of my favorite movies.
Do you think it's weird when you're watching somebody and you see a friend in it and they're like, "Ah, well, now I'm taking out the reality of this movie," because I feel like I ruin movies for my friends.
I don't think so
And TV shows.
because like I love going to see my friends in plays. And I don't think that, and I think that's so much
that's
more.
true.
And in a play, I feel so much more the ability to get lost because I'm actually like there breathing the air with this human being in front of me.
Okay.
And I can get lost there with a friend.
I don't know. For some reason, like I have a hard time watching.
I would like to know ahead of time. I don't want to be surprised by
Oh,
their face.
yeah,
If
yeah.
I know ahead of time, I'm fine. If it's like I didn't know, and then Tommy's like, "I put money on this and Cabin in the Woods," then I'm like, "What?" Like that would be different.
I find myself I can't watch a show like when a friend's a series regular on a show. I can't get lost in that.
Sure. Well, that suspension of disbelief is a lot harder to manage, and also we're so jealous.
We're jealous.
We're just like
Even
that
when
could
we're not appropriate for the role. It's a lady friend.
Yeah.
Nope. God, I wish I was up there.
I could do that. I could put me in hair and makeup. I could make that
I
work.
could play that part. God, I wish I was in that show.
But I met you.
That's a quote from Waiting for Guffman, right?
Is
God,
it?
I wish I was in that. It's Michael Hitchcock.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of people like not being able to get lost in it, like I've become friends with him because I did Barb and Star with him. And
Oh, right.
Basically, we're just hanging out at the Four Seasons in Mexico for 2 weeks, just going to dinner together. And I never admitted to him, like, I'm obsessed with you and your comedy.
That's such a hard thing to like. Such a hard bridge to gap.
Well, I find that like once you admit to being a huge fan of someone, it like you see the light go behind their eyes.
Yeah. Well, you change the dynamic. Like, especially if you're
what is-
working with them.
Yeah.
It's like I'd like for us to be considered equals, and I want you to feel like we
Yeah.
are the same, and we're just like collaborating on this project. But the
Yeah.
moment you're like, and I'm in love with everything I've ever done, you're like, oh, don't put me on this goddamn pedestal, man. I'm just trying to like.
Yeah. So it's a pro tip is just keep your keep your fandom secret.
Yeah.
And then just like pretend like you're just like we're
Just
on the same level,
buddies.
bro.
Until the cast party or until the show's wrapped, and be like, hey, I never told you, but like I've been
I'm
a huge fan of you.
obsessed.
And you do it in like the chillest way, like, hey, I never told you this, but honestly, I think you're the best. I've been following you since I was like 7.
Yeah, that's the cool move. Because also you'll probably never see them again, and then it doesn't matter.
Because especially like I was talking about this because I just did this musical workshop at the Geffen, and we were talking about how when you work with somebody like in a film or something, you have this time where like we're spending so much time together, and like this feels like my new best friendship is who I'm spending every day, every waking moment with,
Yeah.
and then bye, never see you again, unless they're happening another project.
Show friends.
But it does feel like for me at least, for plays and musicals, as long as we're in the same city, I find more ways to interact with them. Maybe some of it's like we're going and supporting our mutual friends in other
Yeah,
shows,
yeah.
or someone's birthday happens. Like there's more like camaraderie built.
I think there's more of a communal aspect to theater.
Yeah.
And even like when someone's a lead and someone is ensemble, there's less there on a movie or TV set that your level of where you are in the scheme of things
Yeah.
is you're made very aware of it
Yeah.
all times. There's there's the numbers on the call sheet.
Yep.
And that's not really
Oh, you're number
thing.
14. I'm so sorry, but I'm only inviting 1 through 12 to have chili in my
Yeah.
trailer.
Yeah, we can't hang out with people in the 20s or 30s.
No.
Double digits even are
That
scary.
is the thing, isn't it? Because you have an ensemble member who's like just dancing and singing in the ensemble and then has like a couple of lines or a role. But you're still spending every single rehearsal with them.
Yeah.
Not like on TV where it's like you only see them for that scene.
Wait, okay, this is the thing that made me aware of how even more communal theater is in the UK, because I went over with our common friend, Kirsten Vangsness, and did a reading of a play with her.
Oh, recently?
Last month in London. And they gave us our call time to do the show, and it was like an hour and a half before showtime, and we were like, huh? What? And we were very confused about that.
Yeah.
For those who don't know,
it's like 30 minutes.
Half hour is traditional call time for theater.
I think it might be an equity bylaw or something.
Yeah. Obviously, sometimes I get there earlier to like warm up, put my makeup on, whatever.
If you give me 30 minutes, I will get there an hour ahead of time. Yes. But if you tell me 45 minutes, I'm there at exactly 45. Because I'm like, how dare you take advantage of my time?
How dare you? So we got there, and then we did about 20, 30 minutes of group warm-ups all together as a cast.
Oh.
Twist. What?
And everyone was on board.
We had to do warm-ups like, okay, everyone on voice, and now you're going to shout a line from a memorized line that you have in your head from Shakespeare or from the play. And I was like, what? And I panicked because I was on the side that went first, and I just shouted, I'm going to observe for a moment. I panicked.
Can I just say, when you just like, I'm going to observe for a moment, I thought that was some obscure musical reference I didn't know about because you kind of sang it.
No, it was me panicking. But I was like, you can have my body and my time, but mentally I am not here.
I am checked
and
out.
I'm doing whatever I want. Also they made us play Zip Zap Boing, and I was like, no, what is Zip Zap Boing?
Boing?
It is Zip Zap Zop.
Oh.
I reject Zip Zap Boing. For the record, you're not usually required to do any sort of group warm-up in American theater. We just assume you do that. You see the dancers, we'll get there early. We do it on your own time. So then I went and talked to my friend who's a musical director of theater. I was staying with him, my friend Ian, and I was like, I cannot believe I had to get there an hour and a half early, blah, blah, blah. And he said, what do you mean? Yeah, you get there an hour. He's like, that's standard. And I said, what now?
That's standard?
And he said, yeah, we do the group warm-ups for about 20 minutes. We get
my
there,
God.
and then you have the rest of that time to sort of go around and check in with your scene partners. And I said, huh, what now? And he said, yeah, because you don't want to like show up on stage before asking how someone's day was. And I said, so you're telling me that you're doing a show with Andrew Scott? He's going to be there, yeah, hour and a half early, and you're going to check in with each other, and you're going to... So anyway, I came full circle to appreciate it as, oh my gosh, like regardless of how big or small your part is, there's no small part, just small.
And talk about that camaraderie.
Yeah, like it just made me realize this is an even more communal experience, and even if someone has a bigger part than you, it doesn't matter. We're all here an hour and a half early
and checking in with each other together. And we're all going to be like, hey, the only people we have on that stage are each other.
Yeah.
So we better be here and make sure we're a unit. So when something invariably changes because anything could happen, we can't cut and go back to one.
Yes.
We got to be there for each other.
So I went from how very dare you to I love everyone and everything. Theater.
Tommy, the thing I wanted to say to you is that you are maybe you're almost like a judo master in changing subjects, because when I tried to start talking about your resume and your back, you're so better than anyone I've ever interviewed or talked to. You didn't make it weird. You just immediately went to, oh, that makes me think of a story that's not about me. Like, it was so deft and well done. I'm actually in awe, because you took that time that's usually spent talking about the person's credentials, and you just went, let me tell you a story of my time on the stage.
I cannot what happens
the way you
to
could,
me,
I knew.
What is wrong with me? I can't take a compliment. I leave my body as soon as you start talking about the resume. I just am mortified for I don't know what it is.
Nobody can hear it, but you're very good at getting away with it. Because a lot of people were like, oh, no, don't. I can't. Come on. I don't like hearing this stuff. And you're just like, once I was in a trailer with this person. And it's just like, how'd you do that? Anyway, Lenk's Luke for Less is one of my favorite things you built ever. Look, you did it even in the middle.
Well, okay, because I just thought of
it. Because you knew it was coming.
Okay, back it up. You can go back to the Lenk Look for Less, but... Can I just tell you a story about Cabin in the Woods?
I would definitely want to hear a story about Cabin in the Woods, but then we have to get to Peter Pan Goes Wrong.
Okay, yes. All I want to say is Cabin in the Woods. I was in the makeup trailer, and Bradley Whitford entered the trailer.
Oh,
And when he walked in, my body was
Yeah.
hit with the most intense, erotic, sexual
Oh.
energy.
yeah.
Have you met him before?
I have. He came and saw me in a musical because he was in a show with Dennis Dillon, and so he came and saw the musical. And Jordan Kai Burnett luckily made the intro because they knew how obsessed I was with him and with West Wing and with his entire resume and his ability as an actor. And so I got a photo with him, and it looked like he was my daddy, and I will hold on to that photo forever.
Wow. I never told him about his sexual energy or that I was a fan of his, because I was trying to keep it like, yeah, dude, I'm at your level. I'm same. We're the same vibe. Anyway, just those are my stories. Now you want to talk about the Lenk Luke?
No, honestly, I don't have time to talk about anything.
Okay.
Look, you did such a great job of deflecting and also telling interesting and timely and perfect stories for this podcast. There's no time to get further into you.
Okay. At the end, can I promote something I have coming out?
Promote it right now. We'll promote it at the end too.
Okay. November 21st, you can watch at home, digitally stream my new film called Time Travel is Dangerous. It's out already in the UK, but independent film I did. I'm gonna invite you to the premiere on the 19th, if you're free.
Holding you
And
to it.
it's so funny. It's about two women who own a vintage store who find a time machine and then go back in time to steal things to sell at their vintage store.
Oh my gosh.
And the fun part is that they're not actors. They're two women who own a vintage store, and they're now dear friends of mine. And it's very funny.
Oh, I can't wait for this.
Has lovely, amazing British comedy legends like Sophie Thompson, Guy Henry, Tony Way. So anyway, it's very fun. Check it out.
What's the name again?
Time Travel is Dangerous. It's kind of like a lady Bill and Ted.
Oh, I
There we
can't
go.
wait for that.
Done. I did my job.
Well, Tommy, Lenk.
Or my actual job is to talk about our experience at Peter Pan Goes Wrong.
At La Mirada Theatre. If you want to hear, usually I start this part where I talk about the history of the theater and like cool fun facts about it and the seat count. But I already did that in my episode about Come From Away with Sterling Suleiman. So if you want that, go back to that episode. Here, we've already spent our time on multitude of other things. So we're going to get right into the show, which it is a delight. This show, we were cracking up.
Peter Pan Goes Wrong is so wrong, it's right, baby.
It's created by the Mischief Theater Company that also did The Play That Goes Wrong and multiple other shows. I think they started in 2008 making these show goes wrong, The Play That Goes Wrong, and they've had TV specials, they've had TV shows, they've had multiple different plays and musicals, and it's so smart because they make it, and then they have a set that they can rent out. And so there's like extra income for this. Like, very, very savvy.
And are the creators UK based?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, UK-based company. And this is, I think, the Play That Goes Wrong was the first one, and Peter Pan Goes Wrong was like kind of like the second iteration of that story, like way to build a story.
Oh, I do want to mention a little thing about the history of this theater,
Please.
which is the La Mirada relationship with McCoy Rigby Productions goes way back.
Does it?
It does. I've been going to see shows there since remember the 90s?
Yeah,
And,
I was a baby.
I was an older baby, and Cathy Rigby, it's kind of her home base theater.
Oh.
And like all her kids, the whole family works for McCoy Rigby Productions. And basically, if you don't, Cathy Rigby was an Olympic medalist for gymnastics, who then was performing and did Peter Pan for decades.
Also a commentator for ABC Sports for 18 years about gymnastics. She set records for America in the Olympics in 1968 and 1972 in women gymnastics.
For decades, if you do Peter Pan, you rent the set from them. But also, like, she did several national tours of Peter Pan, starring herself.
Yep.
So like
as Peter Pan.
So anyway, a lot of the relationship between La Mirada
And got a Tony nomination for playing Peter Pan on Broadway.
Oh, twist! I did not know.
I know. Isn't that wild for like an athlete to go and decide, I'm going to now do theater and get then Tony nomination? Like, unheard of.
Yeah, but I just love that she has this sort of theatrical family, and I'm assuming she took her family on the road while she was touring. And now they're very much integrated into the family business of theater. And like, if you need something to fly, because I remember years. Okay, my job in college was I taught theater to children like K through 8. I was the after school drama teacher.
I did that once, one summer.
I did it for like 4 years.
Wow.
And we did a production of Mary Poppins, which I just ripped off and just transcribed Mary Poppins, and we just did it.
Incredible.
And then the little boy that was playing Dick Van Dyke ran into Dick Van Dyke in Thousand Oaks at the Performing Arts Center there, invited him to the show. Dick Van Dyke shows up.
Oh my gosh.
We had the newspaper there. I cried. And then he got up on stage and like, Dick Van Dyke, step in time. Dick Van Dyke, step in time. And then at the end, got up on just himself without us pulling him up, just got up on stage and sang "Let's Go Fly a Kite" with them and made a speech. I cried. It was amazing. Why am I telling that story? Oh, because we needed to fly. We had to fly somebody.
Right.
In the I Love to Laugh segment.
I love the way that you're flying them. It's just you in the back with one rope.
Well, that's what it turned into because I think we called up Rigby McCoy Productions to like get a price quote on.
And you're like, can't afford it.
And we were like, oh, nope. So our solution was, okay, here's this. We had somebody rig a
like a little pulley system?
Yeah. And then we just said, all right, one of your parents has to pull your string if you want to fly.
Yeah, definitely have to have their own family member do it.
Yeah. So we're
for
not
liability reasons.
We're not responsible. It's your dad's fault or your mom's fault.
It's also really cool. Like the last time I saw that this was produced, like a couple of years ago, it's oddly just like all connected. Bradley Whitford played the narrator.
That's what somebody was saying. I just heard about that.
Yeah.
Full circle.
The narrator's like an amazing position for some kind of celebrity to step in. It's like you get a lot of laughs.
Yeah.
It's not a big lift for
Yeah.
you to have to do. You just get to like get in here, get some laughs, fill in some more seats.
Yeah.
And get out with like goodwill.
That's kind of part I want to play.
Totally.
And Cathy Rigby played that.
And Cathy Rigby played that. And
production.
there's so much the chair Lotzie in this, just all the bits.
Cathy does some bits with a chair.
That was her number one scene partner, was that chair, and the relationship that she built with this chair had the entire house in stitches.
She made a meal out of
every moment. If you don't know what Peter Pan Goes Wrong, Peter Pan Goes Wrong is a small town theater troupe, in a sense, putting up the show of Peter Pan and everything that's built into it to go wrong throughout it, that they have to, on stage, we're seeing the actors playing those roles, having to figure out how do they traverse all these mistakes and issues that are so perfectly timed. There's a moment where a light fixture falls from the grid, and it was legitimately a little scary.
Yeah, because I know it was made of foam, but it wasn't a light foam.
No, it hit and thudded.
There was a thud.
I was like, if there was a human underneath that, they would have been seriously damaged.
I'm fascinated by how much has to go right for this show to go wrong.
Everything that goes wrong is so meticulously planned and well executed, and then well acted by the actors to actually make us believe, like to suspend our disbelief, to be like, oh my God, they didn't know that was going to happen. So gosh darn good.
And our friend Carly Gibson is the assistant director on the show. Or in the vein
Your
of
friend,
the
my new friend.
Co-director in the vein of
That's right.
one of the characters in the show.
Assistant director.
And she was saying they only had 18 days of rehearsal.
That's what they do. I don't know how La Mirada does it, because their shows are so professional and well done and well manicured. And then to find out how short their rehearsal process is blows my mind.
I mean, I know that's kind of how long you get for regional theater productions of this nature, because it's obviously so expensive.
But in this one, they built.
How do you do?
And they built this set. This wasn't a rented set.
No,
they built this.
They built it, and Inside Scoop, they apparently use certain aspects of the McCoy Rigby existing Peter Pan.
The actual Peter Pan set. They used the Peter Pan parts of the boat from the ship. They used costumes. They had a moment where it was actually Cathy had a moment on stage with this puppet, and it was her brother who had passed. It was his puppet that she had that special relationship with. Like you were talking about, all the whole family event. Like, this is a family affair. We got to be insiders in something that's very inside baseball, inside family.
And also, by the way, inside baseball, we were there on opening night.
Yeah.
And so it was obviously a lot of family and friends of hers, which made it so exciting. But also the other exciting aspect was that the Dodgers were playing the World Series.
World Series was happening during the game, and there was a character on stage, and they incorporated the game. There was a character on stage who doesn't remember any of his lines, so they have him on a headset with a huge antenna, and at one point his antenna catches a local radio station in the show, and he actually in that moment goes, "Top of the 11th, tied 4-4 Dodgers." And I was like, he actually gave us the accurate score.
He did.
In the middle of the show.
We lost our mind. I have chills just thinking about it. It was just a theater magic moment. Because we were also so excited about that. And the audience went crazy.
And also the fact that, talk about theater magic and the theater gods on our side, the end of the game was during intermission. And Dodgers win during intermission. It didn't have to interrupt the show at all.
And some man held up his phone and was like, "They won!" And we all screamed. It was so fun. And I'm not into sport.
But that communal energy, how can you not?
Community. I'm here for community.
That's why we showed up to the theater an hour and a half early. So that we could create community as an audience.
I lost my mind. I was so excited.
Everyone did. Look, I know that this specific show right now between me and Tommy is just going everywhere. We're flying around, but that's because we've worked together so much. We're flying
around, just like Peter Pan in this show. We are flying around and crashing into scenery.
Oh my God, the flying! But we're so this one's gonna be the podcast that goes wrong, just because we are flying. There's so many things to talk about all at once, and we have so much history that allows this conversation to go. So, we played Peter Pan and Hook in the 30-minute musical, which is where we met in doing 30-minute musicals as Peter Pan and Hook. But this was the 30-minute musical version of Hook.
Which was funny because as I'm watching Peter Pan Goes Wrong, I'm like, oh my God, there's a line from our show, Hook. But then it made me realize that Hook was directly using quotes from the actual play. Yeah. To die would be, what is it? To die would be a great adventure.
Yeah.
All things like that. And it just was kind of fun to be remembering our moments from the show while I'm watching that, but also realizing, oh my gosh, there's so much history to Peter Pan itself.
Let's talk about some of the other cast in the show. I don't want to give away too many bits, but also there's so many bits in this that I'm not that afraid of it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's every few seconds there's a new laugh that's built into it, either physically, the physical comedy on that, the set comedy. Nick Apostolina, who played Michael Darling, there's a moment where they can't find the spoon on stage to take their medicine, and he pulls out these scissors, and the scissors are shoved all the way into his mouth. I heard you scream.
I was not expecting that.
I heard you scream, and then when you thought that couldn't go any crazier, they get pulled out of his mouth and go straight into his dad, Mr. Darling's leg. And he takes his hand away, and it's still in his leg. The craft.
I knew there was going to be bits, but I was not expecting that.
Fire. Scissors
also,
going into legs.
From talking to Carly and some of the cast, in the script, apparently it'll say has problems with costume change here. So the bits aren't fully explained. It's not. They don't give you all the...
To speak to that, Nicole Parker and the 18-day rehearsal period, your good friend Nicole playing Liza and also Mrs. Darling and having to go quickly back and forth and we haven't got a chance to work these and have to work these. And then just today, just the day of the show, realized, oh, there's a funny bit here I can do where I put the costume on backwards. That backwards walk was so genius.
I would pay upwards of $200 to see that again.
Yeah.
The bits are they're so well crafted and so much is happening. I just cannot. My hat is off to this cast. The guy who plays Max, that's Michael Darling. He his arc in the show. I don't want to give it away, but he has. It's
so good,
so good.
And he's also this is what I was so impressed with him is he's playing all these characters so well. And one of the Max is kind of oh, he only got this job because his dad's giving money to the theater. And so he's kind of like a doofus in that way. And then he has this moment of brilliance when it's almost I want to see this man do Shakespeare.
I know.
I didn't know you had that in you, and you kept that a secret from us so that it would be such a shock in that moment. That's next level for me.
So good. Also, Nicole, one of the other characters she plays, Nicole Parker, plays Tinkerbell, and she has a pantomime bit. I'm not going to give it away, but
Oh my
it's
God.
astounding. You have a friend from
Regina Fernandez, who I went to
college?
college with, who plays Wendy. And
Outstanding.
the moment where she was singing and it was like almost like a Jim Carrey mouth during her singing, we both died.
That was the other thing. Everyone a plus level musical theater performer as well.
Did I hear that they wrote these songs and composed these songs for this
There's
production?
like original music in the show.
That's not original in the script. They built it for this show.
Yeah.
What? I cannot keep up with what is happening here. Everyone's so good. And also Trent Mills, who is he plays the co-director, and then also the dog and the shadow and the pirate later.
And who's the guy who played Captain Hook /
Oh my gosh,
the
Captain
dad?
Hook, Josh Grassetti.
God, he was good. His accent, his English accent was real good.
Yes.
And the guy who plays the stage manager,
Who's I think his is a real.
I was listening. I'm like,
That's a
that man's,
very good
that man's
British
from,
accent.
actually from the UK.
Yeah, Jamie Morgan.
Yeah.
Jamie Morgan and his beautiful hair and tattoos. But the flying where they're constantly
Flying
like
was so good.
they're grabbing onto the set. as they're
Also,
getting tossed
having
around.
to do flying that's going wrong must be so challenging to like do it accurately and not get hurt.
Yeah. And other cast members that we just have to talk about everybody because everybody came together to put this one together. Ishel Valiente, who she played Toodles, who was just
stage fright the
so
whole time.
scared, but then and like everyone had their beautiful little arc where they overcame that. Also, our Peter, Stephen Booth, he was so invested in the show the whole time. Like everyone also as their characters that are playing characters in the play that are putting the play on. Like you see his that was like, I am a consummate professional and the show will continue at all times.
He was outstanding. And he's doing the most crashing and flying into things. So
I love that at the curtain call for this show as well, they brought out all the stage managers.
Crew.
The whole crew got to come out and get a bow as well because this show is theirs as much as it is every actor on stage.
Yeah. Also, speaking of like bows, I'm just gonna get on a theater soapbox. Just let everyone bow together.
Yeah.
And this wasn't that, but it was a little bit of that. I love that their like 4 leads just came out all at the same time.
Yeah. There's also this aspect of it that like the fact that they built this set already astounds me because of how many things the set is a character and the set gets so many laughs and there's so many built-in jokes that they build in earlier about like at this theater we put on these productions and that comes in later, gets paid off, but also that it's a full-on rotating stage. And the way, first of all, there was a moment that was very reminiscent of Carousel of Progress.
Yes.
It's like they knew the joke they were doing and they knew that we would get it.
Yeah.
And like just by going a little robotic, I was like, got me.
Also, we were in La Mirada, which is very close to Anaheim. There's some Disney vibes there. It was
very well executed, and also just like such a simple nod. It was just like they knew like, oh, we're not supposed to be on stage right now, and they went into their progress moment.
So good, so good.
But also the fact that like there's a moment that stage is turning in such a way that I just thought, how did they block this? How did they block all these really specific bits? And we got to talk to Carly
because
about that.
I mean, there is a moment where things go insanely wrong. And it's nonstop, revolving in front of you. You go tell the audience what Carly told us.
And just the fact that it's like, how do you block that? Because, and you even said before when we walked out, you were like, you're in a rehearsal room. You're not on stage. They're building the stage. Yeah. There's no space for actors to get on there and
how do you block that?
You can't try it out until tech. And so you've got to block and get it figured out. So they actually did it where they had the room. The rehearsal room was big enough that they could actually tape out the entire circle and they could label it as like, okay, this is the ship, this is the room, this is the woods. And then the creative team, the director and the co-director and whoever else, they would just walk around as if they were the audience and let the actors be in their space. And they just circled them
shimmy,
like
shimmy
little crabs.
Isn't that fun?
It's so fun and it's just
so smart.
It's so. I think like there's this phrase about like anyone can make something complicated, but only a genius can make it simple. And like that's what I think about that. It's like that's the simple way to do that, but it's just genius still.
I just was astounded that went off without a hitch. And like and no one got hurt. There's so many stairs and nooks and crannies in the set. I just did not know
and things that like that seem like they're just tipping back and like a seesaw. Depending on where you're standing, it's going to tip. So that has to be timed out perfectly. And you got Cathy Rigby, who's 72 years old, up on that. And you're like, you're just going to fling this woman.
It was astounding. I will say, like, this is, I mean, you could bring kids to this show, but it is so fun. It's an adult comedy. It's so funny.
Totally.
I love that you get the magic of going to see Peter Pan with the crazy, like, noises off level.
Yes.
Hilarity.
Of the farce.
Slapstick, farce. I just loved it.
Yeah, this show was just like top notch for me. It was perfect. And I can't speak enough. I spoke about this last time, but the community in La Mirada, and it's clear how much they love this theater. I'm certain that so many people that are working the front of house there are volunteers, and they are so devoted to this theater. And it seems like the audiences really come in and really support everything happening there. It's just like it brings me so much joy just to go to that space, and that they feed that audience and that community with top-notch level performances. And I'm
they fed me with top-notch level snacks. I bought a cherry pie at intermission that I actually took home with me, and it was delicious and affordable.
Yeah.
Theater snacks that are affordable.
You know
what you usually get at the theater, at the Amundsen? I'm sorry, Amundsen. You get the driest chocolate chip cookie you've ever had.
No.
It's so dry.
Not even here. They're catching strays.
Almost a biscotti level cookie. And you know what? You know what I want at the theater? A delicious cherry pie. But you know what? I wish
Amundsen, the things being said by Tom Lenk do not reflect the views of this podcast or this podcast host.
I'd like you to get a moister cookie. I will say what I love about La Mirada is they have a working fireplace in their lobby. It feels like someone's house.
It's so homey, but it's
big.
Grand.
You feel like you're at your rich aunt's house.
Yeah, these lovely couches and seating areas and cool art along all the walls. Yeah, it's a great space to hang.
Also, dinner beforehand.
That's what I was gonna say too. Yeah, you said it, but that's what I was gonna say. Like that little shop. It's weird. It's like a theater in this shopping center.
I always thought like, oh, it's so odd that it's it's like a big theater in a shopping center, but symbiotic relationship between
easy parking,
theater,
restaurants
and restaurant.
surrounding it. Anything you want. We had wonderful sushi before going and seeing the show.
Yeah, what's the name of that sushi restaurant?
That's Gonzaya. And that place was great and just right around the corner from the theater in the same parking lot.
And we kind of wondered like, oh, I wonder if these are theater folks. And yeah, right about a theater time at
right.
Curtain.
The place was packed at 2 hours to the show opening, and then 30 minutes to the show, nobody in there. So like the businesses in that plaza must be so happy.
Yeah,
that there's a working theater nearby.
I think we need more of that.
So Iama's at Atwater Village Theater, and right next to them they have MoMed. And MoMed's like a perfect place to go before a show or after a show. I have a question for you. This is something that one of my friends brought up, is they think that all theater should be at 5 p.m. so that you can get dinner afterward. Because after is when you want to like actually talk about it, but usually people get dinner before a show.
Yeah.
And then maybe this is just because my friend is like, I'm getting too old for this.
I mean, it's a little along the lines of Jamie Lee Curtis saying, why aren't concerts at 1 p.m.?
Right.
I guess on the weekend I could do a 5 p.m. show. Well,
yeah.
I saw Hadestown this weekend at 6:30, and then we got tacos after.
Right. It just feels like the time that I want to be sitting at a table with the best part about this podcast is getting to talk about the show afterward.
You guys, all I want to do, the only thing I want to do in life is talk about the show that I just saw.
Yeah.
I want to talk about theater after the theater.
Yeah.
It's my favorite thing about it. Whether it's good or whether it's bad, I just enjoy the process of just talking about what we about everything.
Especially as creators, to be like, how did they do that? And that worked so well. And I want to do something like that. Or as a creator being like, that didn't work. And it also makes you better at the next thing you're going to do, because then well, that's what I'll never go near.
Yes.
I'm not going to touch that hot stove because look how it wasn't effective.
Yeah.
Also, the way that Cathy Rigby came out for bows, and that whatever system it was that pulled her up, which looked like it must have been electronic or like mechanical in some way.
Yeah.
Because she flew off that stage in a way that I was like, that's too many G-forces for a body to handle.
It is. I'm not gonna lie, I got a little teary-eyed.
Yeah.
When Cathy flew over us.
Yeah.
But basically, they use the rope is pulling her from the middle of the house.
Yeah.
But she's up on stage, so there is some traction that they get from her being at a distance away from the pulling point.
Slingshot.
And then they sling her over you. And that one I think is the electrical one because they do a combination of hand pulling and like computerized pulling. I believe
that one's a computerized pull. You could tell, and I was like, and I imagine being at the first test run of that. Just being like, Cathy, are you sure? Are you sure you want to go that fast? And Cathy's like, this is my company. I'll be flying at whatever pace I want to fly.
You're in my town now, kid. That's not something that's not written into the show specifically, but
you think Bradley Whitford did that?
I would pay money to
I want to see Bradley Whitford do that.
Slung-shotted around.
And she was just so joyful up there too, throwing her fairy dust on us.
Oh, she made a bit out of each time she threw fairy dust throughout the show.
Who is that comedian that's always just like
Rip Taylor?
It had Rip Taylor vibes, where every time it was like a button on a joke was like, and then that's what happened.
Also, I'm gonna say it wasn't like that fine glitter. It was good kind of glitter.
It was very
confetti.
good glitter. That was like some
it
glitter budget.
Smart. It's not gonna get stuck on your face.
No. This isn't this is not like sand at the beach where you find it in cracks later.
No.
This is like a good glitter that's easy to clean.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to go see this show.
And if you're coming from Los Angeles, it's worth the drive. Go have dinner.
Yeah.
Make a night of it.
Try to see it during the World Series because they incorporate it into the show.
Yep. Well, that's the thing. I would go back and see this show again because there are going to be little things that are different each time.
Right. Whatever's happening, current news, current events might get thrown in there, or whatever happens with the house or the audience. Someone in the audience yelled something out in the middle, which I wouldn't suggest, by the way. Please, I don't care that they are doing a show where it seems like things are going wrong. These are actors who are very like, this is a well-oiled machine, not them actually falling apart. So you can't just become a heckler. And that I will say that actor handled it the best.
It was just like instantaneous. Had the perfect thing to say, and it worked.
I was so impressed by his
all
response.
Comfortable.
Yeah.
I will say that is the risk that you take because it is like you get to boo and cheer like you would in normal Peter Pan.
Right.
And it's funny because my current house guest, my friend Sandro from Switzerland, he did this show last January through April in Zurich, and he said Swiss audiences they don't know about clapping and booing.
Wow.
In Peter Pan, so that they had to have little signs that said like clap now, boo now. That's just culturally they don't do that.
Is there something else you wanted to say?
The direction of the show by Eric Peterson.
Thank God
Eric,
I brought that up.
I've done shows with Eric over at Rockwell back in the day.
R.I.P.
And he himself is an amazingly talented performer. You've probably seen him on any number of sitcoms. What did he do on Broadway? Give me his credits.
As an actor, his television credits include Kevin on Kevin Can Fuck Himself. Oh, that's right. He's Kevin in that. Eric Peterson's Broadway credits include School of Rock.
There we go.
Shrek the Musical, as Shrek in the first national tour and Stand By for Shrek on Broadway. Escape to Margaritaville.
Oh,
Peter and the Starcatcher.
He is one talented mofo.
Wow.
God bless you, Eric. Because I think the joy of having someone who is a really talented comedian themselves on stage, I feel like that really was put into the show. The bits that they came up with, I mean, bits on bits on bits.
Bits on bits on bits.
And I love a good bit. So I cannot. I could just 10 out of 10 from Eric.
100%. 10 out of 10 direction, 10 out of 10 performance, 10 out of 10 to the whole cast and the whole stage crew that put this thing together. And Rigby McCoy Productions, as well as Cathy Rigby yourself. Bravo. Well done. You did it. It's incredible.
Do you think you're going to be again flung around on a cable when you're 72?
I hope so. I'd like to. That's like I wasn't a gymnast growing up. I think that gives you a little help along the way, and I think being 4'11" also helps in making that more easy? My
I-
lower back's already a problem.
That's the thing. I'm like, oh gosh, I don't know. I don't know if I can dance anymore.
Yeah, when I saw her get flinged like that, I thought that might break me in half.
Yeah, you can't have brittle bones. You got to take a
No.
calcium pill for years in preparation for that.
Tom, I think we did a great job talking about this show because what a fun one it was to talk about. Promote your movie coming out again. What's it called?
Time Travel is Dangerous.
Time Travel's Dangerous. It's going to be anywhere you can rent on November 21st. Rent or buy a movie. Buy it. Why don't you just buy it so you can watch it multiple times?
Yeah, you're gonna love it. Also, I've got a play coming up.
What?
From the creatures who brought you Tilda Swinton Answers an Ad on Craigslist.
Yes.
We're teaming up again for a new play called Goodnight Roach.
Yes.
Wherein I play a big gay cockroach. And it's with starring me and Tom DeTrinis,
My two favorite Toms.
written by Byron Lane, who wrote the script for Tilda Swinton Answers an Ad on Craigslist, and Ryan Bergman is directing it. And I think we're doing it over at the Glendale Theater situation.
Oh, I want to come see it.
December.
I saw an early
reading of it. Yeah,
reading of it. Yeah.
we were both in the audience for it. I think we're doing it December 10 and 11.
But I didn't see you in it, so I'm excited to see this double Tom action.
Yeah. So we're working it out right now. Time to memorize,
Yeah.
and then we've got some plans to do it in the new year. So
Congratulations. I'm so excited for that. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for listening and watching. As always, let me know if you have any ideas or shows that you want us to see. Thank you so much, Tommy.
oh, thanks for having me.
For coming and seeing a
It was
great
fun to
show
have a
with me.
theater date with you.
Yes.
What a fun idea for a podcast.
It was very fun. I'll have you on again at some point.
Okay.
If you'd like. It's just too much fun to talk to you. And
Also, by the way, I watched a little tidbit of his Les Mis episode, and then I went to see it, and then I had to I was frantically texting him.
That's right.
After I saw it because it was so incredible.
Yeah.
It was so good. I was blown away, and I was weeping.
Yeah,
I
that
just,
was
so
the first Les
moved.
Mis I have seen, but it was still, I think, maybe, from what I've heard from other people, such a standout performance of
I mean,
Les
I
Mis.
saw Les Mis the first time at the Pantages when
Wow.
I was in high school. So to see it full circle with a new reimagining of it, new staging, different set, I just was, anyway, so I love that your podcast is essentially what we do as theater fans. Like, oh my God, did you see this? I need
And
to
I
talk
love
to you
that
about
it gave
it.
you a reason to I should tell Ryan about this right now. I know he saw it and he loved it too.
Yeah. It's about community.
What we're doing here is we're trying to create and support community and theater in Los Angeles.
We'll see you all an hour and a half.
We'll see
Before
you all
call
at your
time.
hour and a half call. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe everywhere. Go ahead and rate, review, comment. I don't know. Do the things you're supposed to do. And I'll see you next time. Bye!
Bye.
We got big theater kid energy. Look out, we project, we sing out Louise. Never market, always go full out. John Patrick Shanley never had a doubt. Our voices are warm, fan kicks are high. We've got perfect form. We say thank you, five. Grab your prop, charge all the glow take. Curtains going up. 5, 6, 7, 8. We got big theater kid